So hi Manny, I'm Rafael from NYLON Manila. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Raphael. Nice to meet you as well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Definitely getting, as like a Star Wars fan myself, this is definitely an exciting experience to get to talk to a star of the show. So first of
Nice.
all, congratulations on the show. I've seen the first four episodes now and it's very exciting. What's it like getting be able to say that you're part of a Star Wars show?
Um, Pretty unreal. I don't know if it's actually been able to sink in. Um, it feels incredible. I mean, it's like a dream come true to be able to say that, oh, I have a part in the Star Wars legacy or Star Wars galaxy.
Mhm.
I feel very grateful, but I also at the same time feel incredibly proud um, that I got to be this.
And if you could describe the Acolyte in your own words, how would you describe the show?
If I were to describe it very quickly, I mean it would be a murder mystery in a galaxy far, far away with some badass fight choreography.
Yeah, for sure. The Acolyte is set like decades before what many have come to know, the Skywalker sagas. As an actor, how did you approach the material, considering that a lot of what we're going to see on the show is may not be so familiar with mainstream audiences of Star Wars?
I mean the great thing about the Acolyte is it's rooted in this murder mystery storyline.
Hmm.
Great thing about that is that you don't have to be a Star Wars fan to appreciate the series. Like our showrunner, Leslie Headland, has said over and over again that you can take this exact story and put it in a completely different world and it'll still be a well-told story that can resonate with people. I think it's beautiful because you don't have to be a Star Wars fan to enjoy the twists and turns that we have in store for fans. But again, you don't have to be a Star Wars fan. And if anything, you know, we're going to bring in a group of people that maybe aren't familiar with the lore, but hopefully down the line become Star Wars fans down the line.
Yeah. Do you remember the first time you were on set?
I do. Yeah, I distinctly remember like being on set. It was what we call on the planet of Olega. I was walking through the city streets. I can feel like the rocks and hear the rocks underneath my feet and the tone of like a pinkish orangey setting. I remember just walking around everywhere, all the nooks and crannies, exploring the different costumes and creatures and vehicles, and it was all tangible. You know, it was all practical, and it was, yeah. I was like a kid in a candy store. It was incredible to be
Yeah.
able to be introduced to Star Wars in a practical setting.
Mhm. How do you take that all in? Seeing everything in person, all the costumes, all the sets. Like, what's the experience like?
I had to constantly remind myself to play it cool, because I was just in awe. My jaw dropped all the time, just being like, this is my job. Like I get to be in Star Wars. I get to act in this massive production. Um, yeah, I definitely had to calm myself down a lot of the time and be a professional. But yeah, it was incredible. It was super cool.
And do you have like a favorite moment on set?
A lot of favorite moments, a lot of favorite moments that I can't talk about.
Mhm.
Um, but I think, I mean, one of my favorite moments was meeting Amanda for the first time,
Mhm.
and us being like, we're gonna be in Star Wars. Like it's just like we were just two kids excited to take on something new and fresh in the Star Wars universe. And we had no idea what we were in for. But yeah, I think that moment when we just kind of connected and hugged, that was a special moment.
Yeah, and it's something you also touched upon before about just how different or special the Acolyte is, both in terms of the story and it also, I would say, the diversity of the characters we meet and see. So, like, as part of this show, how does it feel to be, I guess, be part of this maybe groundbreaking series that shows Star Wars in like a different light?
It feels, again, I am so proud to be a part of something like this because, you know, not only is it something new and fresh and different, I think, you know, from the beginning, I felt like, oh, we're taking a good amount of risk involved. And I think those are the best projects to hop onto when you feel like there is something at stake. Because we're doing a version of Star Wars that's pretty different from what we've seen before. But I'm so proud and grateful that I get to do it with people that look like me, you know, the people that are allies of people of color, that we get to bring in new faces within the Star Wars world, faces of color that can hopefully expand the universe. Because it just makes me so proud to be able to be a part of a series that looks like this.
Yeah. So for my final question, what would you say to people who maybe not be interested in Star Wars or not really so familiar with the universe about why they should give the Acolyte a chance?
I mean, I would say if you're not a Star Wars fan, now you will be after you watch this show.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Manny. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Of course. Thanks so much, Rafael. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you, and good luck with the show.
Thank you. Take care.